Chapter 1. Before the Viking Age, before the world knew their name, the Norse lived quietly along the edges of Europe. Their homes clung to valleys and coastlines, where farmland was scarce and winters long. Life was not easy, but it was steady, built on the rhythm of the seasons. A traveller entering a Norwegian fjord in the year 700 would see smoke rising from clusters of longhouses. Sheep and goats grazed the hillsides. Fishermen pulled cod from the cold waters. On the highest ground stood a hall, where a chieftain ruled over kin and neighbours. The shape of the land Scandinavia itself shaped its people. Norway's mountains cut farms into narrow strips. Denmark's lowlands offered richer soil, and Sweden's forests stretched toward the east. The land demanded toughness, and the sea offered opportunity. To live here was to respect the earth, but trust the water. Belief and the gods. At night, when the hearth burned low, stories of the gods filled the halls. Odin, the one-eyed seeker of wisdom, who gave up his eye for knowledge. Thor, whose hammer Mjolnir cracked like thunder against giants. Freya, who wept tears of gold. These gods were not distant, but close, walking in the world of men. Sacred groves and stone circles marked places of worship. Sacrifices of animals, and sometimes humans, were offered to earn their favor. The people believed fate, word, bound all lives, but courage could carve a man's name into memory. Society and honor. The Norse lived by honor. A man's reputation mattered more than wealth, and disputes often ended not with forgiveness, but with blood or compensation. The powerful jarls ruled by strength and generosity, while free farmers worked their land and stood in judgment at the thing. The thralls, enslaved through war or trade, carried the hardest burdens. But unlike the kingdoms rising elsewhere in Europe, Norse society allowed for movement. A man of humble birth could rise by skill, and a jarl could fall if he failed to command loyalty. It was a world of uncertainty and possibility, whispers of the wider world. Even before the first great raids, Scandinavians traded with neighbours far to the south and east.